Okay. So how we going, YouTube? Now before I get on with the video, just going to clarify, PlayStation 4, and before anyone makes a comment, just restart the server. The server does automatic restarts twice a day. I'm on a server. It's on the mainland. Obviously, we're also on another server that's creative on the Isle of Siptar, but there's a massive issue with their golems and their journey steps. First of all, I'm going to point out a couple of bugs that are annoying, but then the last time these bugs happened, it took them years to fix. The journey system, it's plonking it up. First of all, if I go into my settings, when it opens, go across to gameplay, there's show journey steps. So if that's if there's no tick there, it should not show them. But there's been times it's showing the journey steps even though that is unticked. You have to go in, turn them on, then turn them off to get rid of them. Because I prefer nothing on my screen. If I could get rid of my health bars and everything like that, I'd do that as well. But texture loading, invisible stuff, all that stuff is still a massive problem. None of that has been fixed. You can see the pop-in happening as I'm walking around. As you can see the bench over there. I will get into why there's a bench over there in a minute. And that's the massive bug. In fact, I'll do it right now. Get it over and done with some people, because this is what this video is about. This particular bug, because it's game breaking. It's the station for crafting stuff. Now, if I look in it, as you can see off to the right, there are no recipes. But if I go into my into here and we scroll across to here, and you that cursor problem. Oh, it's highlighting a wheel when it shouldn't be. If I come down here, oh, not that one. We know. We went and clicked on the guy and learnt the recipes. Animate Guardian. Guardian Assembly Station. Golem Workbench. So we know them. But as you can see, go in there, there's no recipes. Nothing showing up. That's just the tip of the iceberg. We saw that and we're going, hang on a second. So we done the dungeon. We done what they call the dungeon. So I've got his head, the severed head of Kurak. And spoiler alert, I don't think anyone cares about spoiler alerts, but you go to the, in brackets, dungeon. It's a reskin of the Witch Queen. No! You fight repeatedly spawning enemies. You kill the guy, you take his head, and you bring it to this guy. And then you're supposed to be able to hand it in for stuff. But when you come to them and you click on it, can I have my cursor please? Nothing. I click, nothing happens. I cannot trade with him. That's problem 2. So not only can we not make the arms, the legs, the heads, and all that, I cannot hand the head in. I've got the head right there. So I've gone, okay, what about these guys? They take the blood crystals. 15 blood crystals. As you can see in my inventory, I have 15 blood crystals. Let's see if we can trade with him. Nothing. Clicking, you can see it flashing, nothing. He will not accept the trade. So I've gone, okay. Maybe there's another step. And we sat here for a good hour, trying to figure out what's going on. There's the black textures. Let's wait. See how long it takes. Still going. There it is. That's how long you've got to wait. That's an average. That looks like he's got no pants on, but okay. Maybe there's something new here. No. We can talk to him, which talks gibberish. Learn the golem stuff, which we've done, which we cannot craft or purchase stuff.
My current medium is blood crystals.
Now,
should you?
The blood crystals part?
Yes.
If
do you have the crystals?
The guy over there that takes 15 will not accept. He will not accept. The the guy that takes the head. You cannot trade with him. There's the textures again, look at it. It looks disgusting.
Get away from me!
This guy, does he have any extra steps? Do we click on him to... No.
We'll
Do we
meet
click on the
again.
crystal to learn anything?
I
No.
have foreseen it.
There's the textures, there's the loading issues, like... Funcom. But the fact that none of these traders here, none of them, like none, 0% of them. Just go here. Oh, ancient obelisk. So maybe it's this. Let me just show you. Maybe it's just the crystals that are busted. I've got 5 obelisks on me. This guy takes 5 obelisks. Nothing. Every single person in this camp is broken. They cannot be traded with. The golem stations are broken. You cannot craft the stuff. And to top it off, for the icing on the cake, the challenge that I had yesterday for the furthest to the right was craft the golem. Okay, I want to do this challenge. I would like to level up my battle pass. So I will come over to the station and craft up a golem. Oh, I can't craft a golem because I can't craft the pieces. There's no recipes there. Even if you've got all the materials, there's no recipes there. From the dungeon, I got a head, which I cannot hand in, and I've got a leg. If I then get all 5 pieces, 2 legs, 2 arms, a torso and a head, put it in the big station, you cannot animate them. The recipe, if I come into here, isn't in this one, so I don't have to go all the way across. That one there? Wait, hang on. So wait, you've got to... Oh my god, Funcom. Let's just see if that fixes it. Okay, that fixed that problem. So, okay, crafting them, you got to actually learn. Oh my god. So, learning the bench doesn't automatically teach you the bottom tier one. You've got to manually learn that, okay? Let's see if learning that unbreaks these. Let's just have a look. No.
Don't touch me!
So, the main problem of the fact that none of these guys are tradable, you cannot hand their head in, that is broken. That's 25% of their content is broken. Proving more so that my prediction was correct. But now that I've figured out that this stuff here is incorrectly set up, because now I can at least craft stuff, so I can do the golem thing. How I did it was I went into the creative server, placed the pieces, went into creative, animated it as it was starting to animate, switched out of creative, and it gave me it. It said you completed the creating of a golem. Because I switched out of creative quick enough that it said I done it while I was in creative. So just a heads up, anyone who wants to do the golem stuff, anyone who wants to do the dungeon and stuff like that, all these guys here are broken. They are busted. Not that one, that's a fighter. That's a fighter. This one here. If I had the obelisk, they wouldn't accept it. This one here. If I had the obelisk, they wouldn't accept. Actually, oh no, I've only got 5 on me. I've got more back at base, but it's like I came down with the 5 just to prove the point, and I brought the head just to prove the point. That head. A friend of mine who plays the game, he's on PlayStation 5. Look at the textures. And he said he logged out and logged back in, and it allowed him to hand the head in. But none of these guys here that take the obelisks, or the stones, or the crystals, sorry. Blood crystals 15? Nothing. They will not accept your trades. So we went into the dungeon, both of us. We done it, completed it, came out, gone, oh yeah, let's hand it in. It's like, and we spent an hour trying to just complete that. So that's what this video is about, is to let everyone know and to let Funcom know. Funcom, this is why You need test servers on console. Now, in saying that, I was going through Twitter after sending them tweets going, dude, your shit is broken, try fixing it. Apparently PC are having Steam issues with logins and verification and stuff like that. And some people are having downloading the update issues, and other people are having just the game, especially on PS4, frame rates and shit like that. Like, I've noticed it, it's a lot worse. Texture's not loading. So, like as you can see right now, it looks like a metal texture. It comes up either just plain black, shiny and oily looking, or they're just not visible. And usually it's just a simple thing of like, turn around, look away for a few seconds, let something over there, oh look, an eclipse, wow. And then you turn around, and it's black and oily, but it didn't do it that time. Sometimes it's that simple. Just, or even like you're looking at your character. You go into first person, as long as you don't look down, you'd be doing something in first person, I might switch out, and all your armors are black oily looking. This here is white. I'll see if I can get it to true green. I came over here,
May your mouth feel with it.
looked over here, oh look, loaded up other assets, come back over here, and turned around here. I didn't do it that time. Sometimes it's not bad, other times it's disgusting. Then there's times you go to your base, and your doors aren't there. You have to stand at your front door, waiting for your door to load, before you can enter your own base. As you saw, the legs of the beds were shiny. That was a texture loading issue. I'm pretty sure I know roughly why it's doing it, but because I don't, you just saw the pedestal. It didn't load properly. Let's go down here, and I'm not doing exactly a great deal of fucking intensive stuff. I'm literally running from one side of the camp to the other. Okay, now that's all fully loaded. Let's run back up again. Having a quick look. Now, if you're playing on the Isle of Sipta, we've found out that the storm causes it to happen more so. So it is more than likely a streaming problem. So, and not streaming as in downloading it to your console or to your PC or whatever like that from the server. It's a streaming as in the game goes, I need this asset from the code, and then plonks it in the world and then textures it. It's that problem. Either the textures and the model are in completely different locations. One could be in an asset model folder, asset texture folder, and they're at the beginning of the file, at the end of the file. And they've got to, we're going to get it from both spots, and it's not matching up, so you get the weird texture issue. If it's invisible, it can't find the texture. If it's oily, it's loading the wrong texture or something. That is more than likely what is happening. With my limited knowledge of video games, coding, like I've said it before in some other videos, I've done computer art. So I've done 3D modeling, I've done texturing of 3D models, or that's rigging out. The pedestal was off again. So I know how roughly it works. I've never used Unreal Engine's programs, so I don't know how that works, but it cannot be that different than using your faces, your points, your textures, your UVs, your nav mesh. It can't be that different. So if Funcom sees this, nav meshing, your textures, your placement of your folders, I know all this sort of stuff, how it all works.
Damn your eyes!
When his armor's not loaded, his top, see how his top's black? Let's just wait. There it is. So when you're waiting that length of time, on average, for everything in the game, it gets super annoying. But then when you come to here and you go, oh yeah, I might buy some materials, and you can't. And for the record, the gold and silver trades over at Super Maru and Buccaneer Bay, they still work. So if you're doing what I do and go down to Buccaneer Bay to buy your thralls instead of coming to these guys and paying 50 obelisks for a thrall, because let's face it, the 50 obelisk thralls, it's a lot harder to earn the obelisk than it is to earn the gold. And the thralls you get for the 100 gold, I've gotten a named archer, I've gotten named dancers for 100 gold. 50 obelisks, you get crappy thralls. The only reason I would do this is to get their weapons. Buy the thrall, place the thrall, take the weapon, break bond. Or put them out the front of your base for the purge. So when the purge comes, they can take the heat. So, not going through all the issues, but run down a quick list of the issues. Top of the list. No, this whole entire camp is useless. You can do the dungeon if you have the blood crystal. I've seen people on Twitter saying that they couldn't get the portal to activate. I just put the blood crystal in the portal and it worked. But that's not saying that they're not having a separate issue. They might be having something that's similar to why there's the pedestal. Same reason why none of these traders are tradable. So you can do the dungeon. It's the biggest lame attempt at a dungeon I've ever seen. The world, the actual the structure it's in has potential, but the fact it's literally you go through, you basically run down a hallway into an arena, and then just repeatedly spawn enemies on you for you to fight, just to kill a guy at the end that takes 1 or 2 hits with a glimmer moon. I hit him, I think it was twice or 3 times with my glimmer moon, and I killed him. To get his head, which I then can not trade because these guys are broken. That is number uno, top notch, leader of the pack, massive problem that is actually game breaking. They were bragging golems and the journey system. So be aware, if you're expecting to come on to Conan and go, oh yeah, awesome new update, I can do the whole come here and trade. So if you want to buy the super duper armor piece, golem pieces from this guy over here, you can't. This guy here will not accept any trades because he takes, as you can see there, blood crystals. If the guy over there that takes blood crystals does not accept your trades, I can guarantee you this guy will not. I haven't got 200 crystals to trade. I've got 15 on me, and I've got I think 80 or 90 back at base. So all up I've got maybe 105, something like that. But when you can't trade the crystals because they are broken, then broken. You can learn the table from him, but his other trades are probably going to be broken. Haven't tested it, but it's broken. He will not trade. Broken will not trade. Broken will not trade. Come to this side. Broken will not trade. Broken will not trade. Every single trader in this camp will not trade. You walk up to them, you'll have the currency, you click on them, it flashes, does 0. Does not compute. Again, I'll show you. Does not compute. Flashing does nothing. I have what he wants. 5 obelisks. So every single one of these Catan traders are broken. They do not trade. Whether it's the handing in the head, blood crystals or obelisks, they are all broken. for the other issues, textures being incorrect, black, oily looking, or if I bring up the battle pass and show you the armors, that's what it, actually no, it's loading today, holy shit. Okay, let's go across to the other armors, see if that one loads. Wow, they're actually loading today, holy crap. Yesterday they were not loading. So there's a texture, I don't know how to explain it. When you look at it, 90% of the stuff that is not loading correctly looks oily. It looks like it's made of oil. Black, shiny, almost like a mirror. Its armors do it, building pieces do it. Furniture, not as often, but it still does it. Occasionally you'll get them like this does. It comes up white, or even sometimes it looks like it's lit up. It's not loading the textures correctly. Then there's the invisible stuff. Now the invisible stuff is usually creatures, but oh, there was one of the box just there. Usually it's things like you'll be running in an area where there's a buttload of elephants or something like that, and you can't see any of them. You see the health bars moving around, then all of a sudden you die to an invisible creature. You can stand on them, you can get pushed by them, you can get hit by them, but you cannot see them. The only way you can actually attack them is by running up to roughly where you think they are, and using lock on. It will lock onto them. So they're there, it's just failing to load the textures. So that's what makes me say it's a streaming problem. And again, streaming as in retrieving the assets from the asset library on your hard drive. Not streaming as in streaming from the server to your device. Emotes, all that stuff. The shield bug is still a thing, as I show you, look. That is not how you walk down a set of stairs. I don't care where you're from. That is not how you walk up a set of stairs. If Funcom wants to know exactly how it's triggered, it's walking slowly on a flight of stairs with a shield in your hand. The tent was shiny, the pole was shiny, there, then they've just loaded in. It takes, yeah, the scaffolding's still doing it. It's wait, there it is. I don't know how well you can see that on YouTube, but the texture problem is still a big problem. These guys here being broken is a massive problem. What more can I say? Is like I could run down the list of all the issues, but putting it in my video that gets maybe 10 views, and if I'm lucky 1 or 2 likes.
No!
Unless Funcom sees this and goes, oh yeah, but they're having issues, nothing's going to get done. Their textures have already busted. Look, the textures already, there's one, there they are. All I'd done was ran past them, looking in that direction, turned around, and they were gone.
Don't touch me!
When it comes to the little annoyances, the fact that the journey steps are popping up even though I've told it not to show the journey steps, that's an annoyance. You want it fixed, but it doesn't break the game. But these textures not loading, stuff being invisible, and having to stand at your front door of your base for like literally between 1 to 5 minutes waiting for the door to actually load in, and it's not the PS4 hardware. The guy that I play with on this server, one of the guys I play with on the server is on PS5.
No!
He has the exact same issue. You gotta stand there and wait for it to load in. I can't show you the door problem because my shield just done it.
Damn your eyes!
Because there is no doors in this area. Oh, it's doing it there, again, on the post. The tents, the crates. Funcom. Now, when it comes to the journey system, the one that 0 people asked for, we need a way we can turn this off, opt out of the entire thing, because I was on the creative server and thought, oh, you know what? Let's see if it's worth doing. Survivor, which they said is going to be the first one, which is the only one you can opt out of, is locked. You can't even do it. Or the other ones, there are some of them which are, let's see if I can find one. Actually, it was, I think it was that one. No. So that one. It was telling me to put points into strength for one of these. One of these things was telling me to put points into strength. My character is level 60. I've distributed all the points how I want the points distributed. So I have to then either have a like a Lotus Potion or Bestial Memory, Bestial Learning, whichever one it is, to reset them, just to put the points into where they want me to put them into, then to just do another potion to take them off and put them back how I want it. Because if they say they want me to put points into strength, there's my loadout right now. I have none in strength. I have to reset the entire thing just to get the points in. Now, any of the cluier people will realise it says there reset all attributes. It means I'm in admin mode. When the update came out, the owner of the server, myself, and a couple of other guys said, okay, if we have any issues, admin yourself and see, you know, work it out. So I've admin myself, I've teleported down here, and then I've, to show you, so you didn't have to see me running all the way down here. I've played on this server legit, done everything, grinded it all out and all of that, just to get this brand new update, go, oh yeah, in brackets, cool new dungeon. It's not cool new dungeon, it's a new arena. Mechamosis' tower is this awesome upgrade. It's all broken. Golems are a massive pain in the ass. And I'm not going to get into the issues they have, but let's just say that ball joints, hinges, pivots work in a certain way, and when they don't work in the way they're supposed to be working, or they're modelled in a way that doesn't represent the correct way that they're moving, that's an issue. Anyone who knows anything about what I'm talking about, the shoulders of the golems, they've modelled them as a pivot or a hinge, not a ball joint, but yet a shoulder is a ball joint. And when your golem is fighting something and it moves its arm in any other way other than straight forward or straight back, you can see that it's modelled incorrectly. Same with the legs. Again, your butt cheeks are not attached to your legs, they're attached to your hip. And when the golems are attached to their legs and they run and the part that shouldn't be moving is moving, and you can see how it's incorrectly modelled, that's an issue. But all this is just a follow on from the fact that you used to get a full building set, full armor set, and full weapon set for $15. Now you're lucky if you get 3 bookcases for $15. Quality and value for money has gone down the drain. Quality assurance or testing has gone down the drain. Prices have skyrocketed. Quality is plummeted. It's that simple. And to fix it, the easiest and simplest way they can fix it is release a test version on consoles. And then actually listen to what people are saying are the problems. So when I say Funcom, the Catan traders do not trade. They are broken. The textures do not load. Your streaming is broken. Stuff is invisible. It is broken. Fix that instead of giving us something that 0% of the gamer base has asked for. Nobody, and I mean 0 people, out of the what used to probably be millions of people, which is probably only thousands now, no one has asked for a new journey step. New journey system. No one asked for it. We have been asking for the bugs to be fixed. Yes, it's nice to get new stuff in the game, if it works. When none of these this entire place here, the only bit of this that works is the portal and the actual learning of the golems. It's the only bits that work. If I was to say this part here was the entire add-on, chapter 3, I can honestly say only 25% of it works. The journey, half of these make you reset your points just to complete them. No one wants to do that. When the prices in the bazaar are still the top one, $21. For a cat skin and an armor set, $13. That is at least 2 times of expensiveness as what it should be. It should be half that price, at least. Considering every single one of these was around about the $15 mark. $15. Light, medium, heavy armor sets in both tiers. Weapons, all of them in both tiers. And building pieces, a whole set, $15. An armor and a skin for a cat or a wolf, $13. Evidence right there. So I'm going to call it, guys, but there's the announcement. There's the PSA, public service announcement. The Catan traders, these guys, they are Conan Exiles trader, in brackets merchant. Every single one of them is broken. They cannot be traded with on the PlayStation version of the game. I cannot say the same for the Xbox or PC, but on the PlayStation version, they are all broken. It could have been fixed before it was released if they had a test version on PlayStation. And if Funcom says they cannot do it, they're lying. Texture issue, you just saw the pedestal was white. For some unknown reason that seems to turn out white, everything else turns out black. That's still a problem. Loading is an issue. Stuttering is an issue. Freezing up is an issue. And it's not the PlayStation 4. It's not the PlayStation 5. It is the game. It's not your internet. It is the game. It is not you have not done a reset on your servers. This one and the other one do 2 a day. It is the game. It is Funcom. 100% Funcom /G-Portal. The reason at the /G-Portal because G-Portal would be in a pack of dicks right now. But I'm not going to get into that. That's just another bag of worms. But when a company, I've stated it before in my videos, when a company's sole purpose is to make a video game, and the video game is busted, they are not doing their job. Okay. That's it. Service announcements out. I'm out of here. Stay safe. Catch us next time. Funcom, fix your shit. See yous.